Welcome back to my channel. I am Heather Stamper and here with all the writing goodies. Can you believe it? Camp NaNoWriMo is just about over. And I wanted to share some of the things that I've learned through this experience of writing consistently for a whole month. So what are some of my takeaways here? One, I've learned discipline. You have to set aside the time to write every day when you're doing something like this. And try to shoot for the same time every day, if you can. I mean, life happens. My goal that I was shooting for was like an hour a day. It usually ended up being longer, but that was okay because I had, at least in my mind, set aside an hour to work on this. Okay. So, and it turned out to be in the evening. I didn't plan on that. It just worked out that way. My brain just flowed better in the evening. You know, maybe it's because it's still on teacher brain mode and, you know, not thinking as much about the classroom at that point in the evening as opposed to during the day. Another thing that I took away from flexibility. Flexibility with yourself, with your story, with time, as I previously mentioned. So when I did my outline, I had very specific things that I wanted to hit in that outline. And I did for the most part. I did give myself permission to go off course a little bit. I introduced two characters that in my mind when I was making my plan, I did not even take into account that those could be characters. Turned out to be a great avenue for moving the plot along by having these two characters at this particular moment start a reaction. And it turned out to be a very relevant thing. So I'm not going to divulge what exactly that is because I would like to get this published and then y'all can read it for yourselves. Yeah. But had I not given myself that flexibility, my story would have turned out very differently than what it. I had to learn to make reasonable goals. When I had started, I was at 17,000 words and I needed like 33,000 to get to my 50,000 word goal, which is what the traditional NaNoWriMo program works with, is 50,000 words for a novel. I was not able to do 33,000 words in a month. It was not conducive. And some days I would be like on a roll with the writing, and then my brain would just say, we're done now. And no more words for the rest of that session or that day. And I just had to stop. You know, sometimes that happens. So you kind of have to give yourself that grace. I will say, though, I'm very proud of the fact that I wrote every day, whether I was tired or was in the middle of doing something else. My brain was fixed on, I got to remember to do my hour every day. And I had my husband listen to, to the things that I put down, make sure it sounded fine. That's totally an optional thing, by the way, because you can always just write and then go back later on and say, hey, let's cut that back a bit. So my word count goal changed from 33,000 to 20,000 words, which at the time that I'm filming this has not happened yet, but fingers crossed by the 31st, that's exactly where I'll be, is have 20,000 words, which would bring me pretty close to 40,000 words altogether. So that's pretty darn good, I must say. Okay, there's no shame in changing your word count goal. That's that flexibility again, boys and girls. So those were some of the things that I picked up during this Camp NaNoWriMo, and I am really glad that I did it because now I have a more complete story than what I had before. In November, I plan on doing the traditional NaNoWriMo writing a novel in a month type thing, where the goal will be 50,000 words. We'll see where that takes us because it'll be in the school year and Thanksgiving, and all sorts of life shenanigans happen around that time. So we'll see how that goes. But it also gives me some good background stuff for when I start my writing club in the fall. Couldn't have it last year because of COVID protocols, but this year we'll be able to have after school clubs again, and I'll be able to have my 4th and 5th grade friends working on their own novels. And I'm hoping to bring some of the lessons that I've learned through this month into the club to help inspire them because I'll tell you that these kids, they come up with the most amazing ideas, things that I would never have thought of writing, things from their own experiences and things that they're into. It's just a fantastic time. I look forward to it every year. Last year was such a bummer. So I'm really glad to get back into that. So hooray, made it through camp. If you want to contribute to their nonprofit organization, which it's a really good thing, they provide so many materials for schools that are attempting NaNoWriMo, and it's for free, but that helps offset the cost if you give a donation. They have awesome speakers that come to their events, whether it's online or an in-person type thing. So that helps offset costs for all of those awesome things. So if you're able to contribute, I'll leave a link down in the description below. I know they would greatly appreciate it. My next video will be what's going to be happening with this channel now that Camp NaNoWriMo's over. Should be fun. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and ding-a-ling the little notification bell. Stay safe, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.